There's a lot of bad news out there. There's a lot of small business owners are losing their shirts. It's very unfortunate. These are very tough times. But I like to make the point that I'm not bearish on everything. I think there's always a silver lining. So I think there are some markets that I'm actually very bullish on. And I also like to think about niches in business that are people just aren't thinking about it. They're kind of off the radar. And one of those niches that I really love, and I think it's going to be coming into its own again before too long, believe it or not, is food carts. Now, this is something, again, that is very out of favor. I think for some very sane reasons, this is, of course, a very regulated industry. It's hard to get licensing, etc., for food carts because the bigger chains, of course, have lobbied government over time. However, I think the tide is turning, and for someone looking to maybe start a small business and dip their toe in, maybe just as a safety net, I really like the food cart business, and I'm bullish on this moving forward. And I think we're moving into a time, maybe we're already there, when actually food carts now are naturally much better positioned to compete with brick and mortar restaurants. Couple main reasons. Number one, with all these restrictions, things like vaccine passports, mask up before you go into my restaurant, that sort of thing. I think the fact that food carts are open air, they are outside, they just lend themselves to less headache. So if I'm a customer and I don't want to cook for myself, I know there's the hot dog guy down the corner, I can just go. I don't need to wear a mask. I don't need some sort of passport to do business with this guy. That's going to be more appealing than maybe it is now. That's reason number one. Reason number two is strictly economics. We are in a very inflationary period. Dollars and budgets are getting tighter and tighter. So if I am a person that wants a meal, let's say I want lunch, I just simply don't want to make it for myself. But I'm watching my budget. I don't want to go to a sit-down restaurant and pay $10 or $15 or $20, depending upon where you are. I don't have the budget to do that. If I know there's a hot dog cart down the street, now that's a very viable option. Okay, with my budget. The food cart owner. Food trucks, this still applies to, but I'm really thinking of a guy standing next to a food cart. There's so much less overhead, so that person's prices can simply be lower, and this is going to be more and more appealing, I think, to the common person, the average customer. So I'm very bullish on food carts. I wrote about this in my latest newsletter. I'll put a link to that newsletter below if you'd like to read. There's several businesses that I think, because of this, the societal situation we're in, there's several businesses that I'm actually very bullish on. So if you are wanting to dip your toe into entrepreneurship, I think it's a very good idea. I think it's almost a survival skill these days. Maybe check out that newsletter article. I shared 5 ideas of small businesses that I think are going to do very well here in the coming years because of this situation we're in.